time now for the Morning Rush. We start with Sarah Yingling live in Northwest Albuquerque with breaking overnight news. Sarah.
This morning, APD officers are investigating a fatal shooting near a Northwest Albuquerque park. Police say it happened around the area of 12th and Manal around midnight. APD says officers have been out here investigating the shooting by Woodland Avenue and Sow Street Northwest since midnight 12:30. Police say a woman was taken to UNMH where she died from her injuries, deeming it a full violent crimes call out. Nobody is in custody at this time.
And new details on an officer-involved shooting over the weekend. Police identified 47-year-old Richard Rivera as the suspect shot and killed at the Smiths on Saturday. A new federal criminal complaint for his girlfriend, Jennifer Rial, says the two allegedly rented a U-Haul truck to use on a crime spree. Police say they robbed a convenience store, a bank, and a Verizon store. Rivera was shot and killed when police followed the couple to the Smiths. Now, officers say Rivera fired shots at them.
On to new details. A UNM football player is waking up today no longer a member of the team. 22-year-old Rayshawn Boyce is accused of beating his ex-girlfriend. According to police, Boyce broke into her home last month, attacked her and one of her friends who also happened to be a teammate. He then allegedly shot at her car multiple times. Boyce was taken into custody on Sunday. He has been suspended from the team indefinitely. Kristen.
Watching for a few spot thunderstorms out across the eastern side of the state today. Northeast in particular could see some strong to potentially even severe thunderstorms. These will quickly move into the panhandle, though. Everybody else, sunny skies today, and we continue with mostly sunny conditions and storms out east for tomorrow. David?
Well, two people are waking up behind bars this morning after a SWAT situation at a home near Eubank and Indian School. Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies say they were trying to arrest Jessica Diaz yesterday morning. She was wanted for kidnapping. Now, they say they followed Diaz to the home. She ran inside and would not come out. Another suspect, Santiago Rooks, was arrested at the home with her. Rooks had an arrest warrant for stealing a car.
On to news happening right now. City Council is hoping to launch new initiatives to help in a massive cleanup on the west side. All of this right here. City Councilor Clarissa Pena wants to help get a handle on illegal dumping along the mesa. She's discussing ideas like a possible free dumping day. This in hopes that residents will stop taking the trash to the mesa. Another idea is a possible partnership with the county for free dumping vouchers, as well as forming a community cleanup crew to help clean up the mesa.
Happening today, President Trump is expected to meet with House Republicans to discuss an immigration strategy. The meeting comes just a day after members of the Trump administration strongly defended the zero-tolerance border policy, thus separating children from their parents at the border. Now, the issue has drawn outrage from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
On to new details. As you wake up this morning, a manhunt is underway in southern Illinois for two prisoners who broke out of a county jail. 24-year-old Zachary Shock, and 61-year-old Johnny Tipton escaped through a hole created in a brick wall last week. A third man who also escaped was recaptured within hours.
Meanwhile, a state of emergency has been declared in parts of Wisconsin after a deadly weekend of deadly storms. Flash floods in the region washed out roads, downed power lines, and created mudslides. At least 60 sinkholes were reported in Michigan.
On to news happening now. The 416 fire near Durango is now 35% contained. It now stands at 34,000 acres. While residents in the Hermosa area returned home, mandatory evacuation orders are still in effect this morning for residents in the Falls Creek Ranch and High Meadows subdivisions.
And the San Antonio fire in the Valles Caldera is still burning this morning. Crews are still working to strengthen the perimeter of the fire. It's reached nearly 500 acres in size and is 20% contained. That fire was caused by lightning. Kristen?
Today's Metro Threat Index added to just dealing with some hot temperatures here in Albuquerque. Make sure you're taking breaks in the shade often, lots of sunscreen and water. Talking highs in the 90s today, tomorrow, and all the way through this weekend. Crystal?
Happening today, Mayor Tim Keller is expected to announce a report that takes a look at racial and economic inequality in Albuquerque. The report is called the Equity Profile of Albuquerque. It's also expected to outline steps to close the equity gap in Albuquerque. It's expected to be unveiled this morning. We'll let you know what it says.
Also today, the Department of Family and Community Services is celebrating 50 years of the Summer Meal Program. The program aims to combat hunger in the summer months when children are not in school. The program also provides a free healthy meal for children up to age 18. Now, the milestone will be celebrated at the Barelas Community Center. That's at noon today.
Local educators waking up today getting ready for their final day of the 2018 Teach with a Purpose Summit. 1,300 educators were at the convention center yesterday for the third annual event. This year's sessions focusing on teacher wellness, best classroom practices, and the PARCC test. The sessions are led by local teachers, allowing them to provide each other with new insight on how to help students succeed.
And moviegoers, listen up. Disney is issuing an unprecedented warning to viewers of the new film Incredibles 2. It involves a scene with a villain named Screenslaver, and it features a series of bright lights that are flashing. Now, the warning comes after concerns that moviegoers with a type of epilepsy could be at risk of suffering a seizure. Kristen?
Time now for a check on your Tuesday morning commute as we take a look at the traffic map. No major concerns out there, no crashes to tell you about. And the Big Eye looks good. Live look there, you see everything flowing nicely.
You think that's impressive? How about this? Contestants competing for a spot in the Red Bull Rubik's Cube World Championship wowed onlookers. These qualifiers are competing in London. 4 people made it through the fastest speed cubing mized time, coming in with 6.6 seconds. Those qualifiers will travel to Boston this September for a chance at a $30,000 grand prize. How cool is that?
A lot of fast fingers there.
6:53 now. Today will look and feel a lot like yesterday, but even warmer. From yesterday's 87, I'm going 91 today. We'll see plenty of sunshine overhead. A few spot storms, though, possible as you get into the eastern side of the state, mainly near the state line and up in that northeastern corner. Some of those could be strong to severe, so heads up. And this is going to continue as we get into late Wednesday and Thursday. Those of us further west can expect sunshine for the next several days, and those hot temperatures continue. As we look at the allergy report, the nice thing is everything's still down to low, so no concerns there. Let's now take it to the 5 facts.
At number 5, an expansion is in the works for Albuquerque's newest bike share program. Pace Bike Share crews are adding more bike racks and 50 new bicycles to the program. That means new bike racks will be popping up across the city, bringing the total to 250 bikes at 41 stops. Now, for details on the app that you can download, go to alwayson.krqe.com.
Number 4 now, the city is set to give Topgolf a $2.6 million incentive package. This after the city council overrides the mayor's veto. However, the mayor still has one more card he can possibly play. In an agreement with the city, Topgolf agrees to create at least 123 new jobs and agrees to penalties if the company fails to meet its promises. Well, the council's green light on the ordinance moves the project forward for now. According to the Journal, the mayor could veto the ordinance as well. That would mean council would have to vote again. We'll keep following this story for you.
At number 3, hot and dry here in Albuquerque for the next several days. Like we talked about, those rain chances too far east to see anything here in the Duke City. We will be fighting some stronger winds Friday into Saturday. That's likely to come with some fire concerns. Temperatures peak on Friday at 98 degrees and still in the mid-90s over the weekend.
At number 2, we are getting an inside look at a tool helping detectives crack the cold case of the beating of Brittany Marcel. Video shows Marcel undergoing hypnosis in 2014. She was trying to remember who had beaten her with a shovel inside her West Side home in 2008, leaving her with brain damage. Now, the only solid piece of evidence was a single drop of blood on shattered glass that the attacker left while escaping. A prosecutor on this case says a new detective has suggested hypnosis. 2 years later, Marcel remembered a name. DNA linked the suspect to the crime, the name to the crime.
On to number 1 now. This morning, new images and audio recordings of children crying at the border after being separated from their parents seeking asylum, sparking more backlash against the Trump administration. Now, New Mexicans are also speaking out, some even joining in on protests right outside of one Texas shelter. That does include New Mexico State Representative Bill McCamley. The temporary shelter McCamley visited is reportedly housing children in cages. The images going viral this morning. The Department of Homeland Security is defending the conditions that the children are living in. If you want to see more on this, go to our website, alwayson.krqe.com.